lose account, again, by the thought of winning a lottery, when they might have the lottery already. Right? So again, if you're going to win, but I know people who all their life they're trying to win the lottery. And when they do win the lottery, they lost it all within a couple of months. So again, that's an important question, right? That you should know. Okay, we talked about if you were told what your house having an affair, what would you do? That's the illusion. The delusion. Anybody want to have a question here? Thirty-three? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good one. If someone told you the world was going to end soon, what would you do? I have a lot of people say, they would drink and party until then. Okay. Okay. The world never ends. It's you that ends. The world never ends. There is no end of the world in 2012. There is a change of life in 2012. But whoever have lived up to this point is blessed. That means that their world has not ended, but who have died, their world has ended. Because each one of us is a world. So, if someone tells you the world is going to end, right? Tell him to stop it from ending by doing what you do, which is praying, And I had an interesting email where they took 1 million children. Did you get that email? 1 million children, I think I sent it to you. 1 million children was lined up praying for the world to change in 2012 to a better world. Now, that was amazing. That's what changes the world. So the world never ends, you end. And you can stop your end by living 100 years and living prosperously by mantras and so on. I thought 23. 23 is you have to decide to be with your husband. Oh, to be the group. If you're not, if you 33, but I go with 33. 33. It's 33. Oh. She was looking at 23. If you have no desire for your husband, it's not his problem. It is your problem. Because it means that you have changed. Within you, your body has changed. You might have had an abortion, or you might have had something that's creating that within the body. So you have to fix that body. Which you have to fix, maybe your womb is still dead or whatever. But that creates undesire. So you have no desire for the husband, that means that you have to look at your own health and self, and so on. Now, what cures all of these problems of delusion? The faith in mantras, the mantra. Because what the mantra does. Now the mantra, understand what the mantra does. The mantra destroys the doubt, the delusion. That is why you say mantra. Mantra is the same as cursing. What does cursing do? It depresses you, brings you down, makes you angry, makes you have all of these negative feelings when someone curses at you. It's the same power of mantra, except it's in the opposite way. So the purpose of mantra is to take away the delusion of your mind. Most of us quarrel and get angry because of our mind and delusion. And most of us get angry because of delusion. Because the father might say, well, the daughter doesn't respect him when she speaks to him. Or the mother might say, well, I want to buy a dress and he's mean. He doesn't want me to have a dress. Or it's a delusion. Because maybe the guy does want to buy the dress. But you never really ask. So it's really a delusion. And the delusion, which is what delusion means? A depressing form of vision, a depressing form of illusion. You right away you think in your head something negative. And how does that coming in? From eating red meat creates a lot of delusion. From drinking alcohol creates a lot of delusion. From wearing black clothes because you attract negative energy, that creates delusion. So when a person comes to me and then go and do the fast and everything, and they give up the black clothes and they give up the red meat and thing, their mind suddenly becomes empty of delusion. And they say, "Oh, Swami, I feel good. He's treating me nice now." Yes, we had a good case yesterday. There was a loose. Yeah, okay. So what happened now is that she came to see me originally, right? She's a number 2, and she was having love problems. So she did the fast and everything. She stopped the red meat and everything, and then she stopped wearing the black clothes and so on. And then her lover came back, and they were having a very beautiful. They were almost close to get married and so on. And then I haven't seen her like almost a year and a half. And she came to see me back the other day, and she is very sad. And the guy had left, right? Because they were having problems and so on. And she got back all the negative things that she had when she first came. So the first thing I said to her, "You still eating red meat?" And she said, "Yes, I just had a couple of pieces." And then I said, "You still wearing your black clothes?" And she said, "Yes." So I said, "Well, when you were doing all of these things, the guy and you were doing very well. Now that you have changed all of that and you went back to the original monster inside, the guy left." Right? So her question is, why the guy left? And I said, "Here's your question, here's your answer. You have to redo everything again." So the whole idea now is that, remember, when we are getting these things inside of us, they create the delusion. So here's what happened. When she started eating the red meat, she got angry back at him, which she never got angry after she stopped eating the red meat. When she wore the black clothes, her womb got twisted again, so now there was no good connection between him and her in lovemaking. So that stopped the whole thing also. And when she stopped saying the mantra, which she did, she said she lost one of the mantras. So the 2 discs I usually give. So as she stopped saying it, then she started to lose business, lose money in life. So the question was asked, why? If you are doing so well on something, why change it? But here's what happens, the delusion happens. The delusion says, Swami's not around. God is not watching really. I will have a little bit of piece of meat and so on here. Or I'll have a little bit here. Or I'll have to take a drink. And Swami's not going to see me. Right, Maria?
Huh?
Swami's always watching. Okay. So now, the whole idea is that who's watching? Inside. The God inside is watching. So that is why we need to deal with this delusion inside of us. And to overcome this delusion, you have to do the mantra. Even if you didn't want to learn life code, at least do the mantras, avoid the red meat, avoid the black clothes, follow the stuff, and watch how your life changes. Right? So it's like cooking. You're not going to put extra pepper in the food, nobody will like it. It'll burn your mouth. And it's what ingredient you put into your life, that's what decides how tasty your food is. So, delusion, delusion kind of makes business. You know that delusion makes money. Because as soon as you get deluded, you go to a psychiatrist. It makes a big business. As soon as you get deluded, you go to the doctor. Because your whole thing is twisted and so on. So delusion is what the world lives on now in America. Because the more deluded you are, the more better the doctors make money, the more the hospitals make money, the more the medicine sells, the more the pharmacy sells. So that's why to overcome delusion, you have to become real. Reality is the only answer to that. And the reality is whatever you say, whatever you drink, whatever you eat, whatever you do, is going to overcome your delusion. So next time a person comes and tells you, listen, your husband is in a restaurant bar drinking with another girl, and you know that's not going to happen. You have trust. It's reality. You wouldn't get deluded and start wanting to kill him right away. And you kill him before you even reach home. Because you know you're going to find all the things that you're going to find that you've done wrong. Even if it's small things. And you will already kill him in your mind. So that is delusion. Delusion makes you kill the person before time. Before you actually reach the person. So that can ruin a relationship very quickly. Right? So it's very important that you have trust. And what overcomes that is knowledge. Because you know your husband, you know how he is, you know he will pull around. Because you have such a close relationship. Because you have trust. So that's why you have to. So the first purpose of Om Haring Sharing Jwala Mukhi is to remove that doubt in your mind. Destroy the inner enemies in your mind. So that's why when you say the mantra and you meditate, it removes the mind. Remember, Kali Durga Namurma does the same thing. When I give you Kali Durga Namurma, it removes the illusion in your mind. Right? So, and then if you're dating, you just fall in love when you're dating. Right? The first date that you have is not when you start controlling the guy. But where are you going tomorrow? What are you going to do tomorrow? How come you didn't call me? Oh boy, you just dated. You didn't even get into the relationship yet. Okay? You just can't control the person. Right? What should we do? Again, we have to get into reality. We have to let the person fall in love with us first. Then allow the person to fall. How can you make the other person fall in love first? How? Jenny?
Give him space.
No, give him space, no.
Be yourself.
Close. You still haven't gotten the answer. I did give you the answer.
Love
Become
beautiful.
beautiful. Become beautiful. Yes. Women have to be confident first. Become beautiful. When you become so beautiful, how can that person even resist it?